What's up? NotACarGuy here, and today my car's stuck in my parents' driveway. I'm going to replace the brake light switch on my 2004 Ford Mustang GT. Let's get to it. If you didn't know, when your brake light switch goes out, one of the things that happens is that you can't get your car out of park. So the transmission's basically stuck and you can't move it until you fix that stinking switch. So let's first locate where the brake light switch is. It's in a very inconvenient location up under the driver's side dash and is attached high up on the brake pedal lever, just above the green plastic piece. The first thing you want to do is remove the wire harness to test the brake light switch. There is a tab on the harness that you need to press in to release it and then pull off the harness. In removing my wire harness, I discovered that the wire had actually come loose out of the harness, indicating that it wasn't the brake light switch that failed, but the wire connection that failed. Regardless, I will walk through this video and show you how to install both the harness and the switch. So before you order your parts, you should probably walk through the troubleshooting process so that you know exactly what you need. To test the switch, you'll need some alligator clips and a digital multimeter. Attach the clips to the contacts on the switch. Do it while it's installed, of course, but here's a shot after I took it out just so you can see it more clearly. Okay, when you hook up the digital multimeter to the brake light switch and the brake pedal is not being pressed, you should get basically an open or, a lot of resistance. And this shows one. I think that's how it just shows that there's no current flowing through or no connection. So when I press down the brake pedal, it goes down to 0. So it indicates that that brake light switch is actually working properly, but the wire connected to the harness was not properly connected, and so it's old, it's brittle, it broke, and it's disconnected, and so that's the problem. If your brake light switch is good and your wire harness also appears to be good, you can check your fuse. And then this just pulls off like that. If you look for it, it starts from here. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, so on and so forth. It's actually the last one is this fuse. As you can see, that fuse is still intact. And if you forgot how to put your cover back on, just remember that this box goes over this thing. After you go through this process, you should be able to determine if you need a new harness or a new switch or both. So just to show you the difference between, this is the OEM Ford brake light switch, and then this is just like a cheap Amazon generic part, and I just kind of noticed that they're oriented differently. Like the open slot is on this side and the open slot's on the opposite, and also this one has like an L-shaped connection point and this is just straight. I'm tempted to just put the Ford one back in and then return this one because the Ford one still seems to be working. Let's proceed with the switch installation. Assuming you've already removed the harness by this point, the switch isn't too difficult to remove. This is pretty difficult to show, so I'm just going to do a little more telling than showing. The first thing to do is pull out the retainer pin. You'll need to use a pair of pliers for this. After the pin is removed, you can remove the white washer. Now you can remove the brake light switch. Installing the switch is pretty simple and straightforward, but it can be a little tricky fitting the switch back over the rod. So here's a couple tips. You will have to take this rod and slide it closer to the end of the cylinder. This creates a gap where you can put the open semicircle shaped piece of the switch over that cylinder. And then the closed circle side can fit over the end of the cylinder. After the switch is in place, place the washer over the end of the cylinder. Now insert the retainer clip. There it goes. And hopefully you can get this far without hurting yourself. Oh, my neck. Now we just need to install the harness. On the harness you have two wires. One is solid green, the other is green with a red stripe. It seems straightforward unless your wire was slightly toasted like mine. I don't even know what that's supposed to be. Holy smokes, this thing is torched. I don't know if you can see up there, the wire is quite green. Okay, so I'm going to cut back into that tape and hopefully be able to connect to the back part of that wire. So it basically uncovered far back enough to where this wire doesn't feel so brittle. It feels kind of normal and looks like it's got its color back. So I'm going to just cut off about there and try to splice them with the new wires. Now the way I'm splicing them is with these connectors. I don't know if I really like them. They can be kind of clunky, but they're a quick and easy way to connect two wires together. You take one wire, put it in this way, then take the other wire and put it in the other end like that, and then you clamp down on that metal piece. Then you close this metal clamp down, which cuts through the insulation and then acts as a conductor between the two wires, and then you'll latch it over with this piece here, and that's basically how those work. This is the negative one, so you match the green wire with the red stripe, and then the red wire with the green stripe will just connect to the solid green. If what I said isn't clear, here's a diagram. So this is basically what I ended up with. I'm not crazy about the orientation and how that can be a little clunky, but you know what? If it works, then I'll be happy. This is the test, and it turns out that I forgot to turn my mic on, but long story short, it works. I am now able to put my car into gear. And that's how you replace the brake light switch on a 2004 Ford Mustang GT. Thanks for watching. Remember, I'm not a car guy, but I will be. Giddy up!